So today I am in town and I am staying with a friend of mine. He's let me stay in his driveway, which is pretty cool. So I wanted to talk about the results of my spiritual retreat. So welcome. Let's chat. So while I am chatting with you about that, I have this turkey mix or turkey sauce. No, it's chicken sausage. Let me show you the box. Chicken and sage breakfast sausage. This is by Applegate. I love their products. Make sure I'm in the frame here. Hi. No antibiotics, no nitrates added, gluten and casein free. Really great. Ooh, make sure you see that. Take a screenshot. Really great product. I got it at Walmart. So I just fried up some chicken sausage with garlic and onion. Now I'm going to spatula that out onto a plate. I don't know if that's a word, spatula it out. Serve it out on this plate. And then I'm going to cook my pizza on this frying pan. So pretty exciting. So I'm in town and I'm using the Visible internet service. So I'm hoping that this stream will be really great. I'm also using a service called Restream.io, which is really great with mobile internet. Somehow it stabilizes the connection more than just going live on YouTube. So that's pretty exciting. And they have a free plan. I'm on their free plan, which is awesome. All right. And then I'm going to do this Daiya deliciously dairy-free pizza. This is supreme with meatless Italian sausage style crumbles, mushrooms, and bell peppers. And then on top, I'll be putting the sausage, garlic, and onion. So this is a bit of a trick here to cook a pizza on a skillet, but this is how I do large pizzas like this. So I just went shopping recently, so my food pantry is like overflowing. Woohoo! All right, now it's a little bit sketchy here, so I just have to kind of break up the pizza and move it around a bit. So I will do that. I will cut it in half. Cut it in quarters. And that just kind of helps it get down into the pan better and easier. And then I'll probably cut the pieces a little bit more here. There we go. And this always ends up working out. It's really great. So I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. Realizing that I'm working with my setup limitations. But let me just finagle things so that you can see as I cook this pizza. And I'm going to reheat the stove, put the lid on top. And I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in the pan. There's a fire or a police car flying by. I don't know if you can hear that or not. And if you have any comments, go ahead and chat in the comments there. I'll see them. Actually, I'm not in chat mode here. Let me just bring that up. There we go. Okay. Hello. Yeah. Feel free to chat at me. I love to hear from you. Some of you may be watching this after the fact, but still go ahead and leave a comment. That really helps support this channel. Absolutely, I'm looking to grow my van life channel and help others that want to be in this lifestyle, that are just afraid to make the leap or entertain those that have wanderlust. Okay, so now I will turn on the stove. And this is a 1-burner Coleman stove. Let me get some more lighting in here. Oops. There we go. That'll light the subject better. There. Yeah. Now you should be able to see me better. I also have pineapple here. I'll put some pineapple on my pizza. I learned recently through Google searching. So I'm in my friend's driveway and he has COVID right now. So I can't go in the house, and we keep like 10, 20 feet between us whenever he comes outside. Because the latest variant, Omicron, I think it's called, is extremely contagious. So I don't want to get anywhere near his air. There's no point in 2 of us being sick, I told him. And, he doesn't want to get me sick either or pass it on. But I've been making this fruit soup for him. I need to make a big batch today, actually. I wanted to make it in a big giant pot so it lasts several days. And I'm going to be using his tenant's apartment to do that when he gets home. But this is just a really great soup. And one of the ingredients in it is pineapple. And there's an Australian doctor that has been experimenting with pineapple as a potential aid in curing the coronavirus. So I'm using that in our fruit soup, which has a concoction of herbs to help aid the immune system to kick out COVID a lot faster. So I'm sipping like a brew of it per day, just as a precaution, since I'm now in town and more susceptible to getting the coronavirus than if I was in the middle of the desert. So pineapple, from what I've read, is a good food to have on hand if you or a loved one come down with coronavirus. Tons of liquids, tons of rest. So my soup, I include things like turmeric, oregano, lemon juice. I also put in bone broth. So it's just like this super soup, I call it. And it just helps bring down the inflammation, and it helps aid the immune system to heal faster. So speaking of healing, recently I went through Mindvalley's online course called Duality with Jeffrey Allen. Go ahead and watch the video. There should be a little card that pops up, a little sentence. You can click on that and save that for later. But I introduced the fact that I was going on a personal retreat to address my money blocks, especially my money and career blocks, which seem to have raised their heads up. I would say around the holidays, I noticed that my sales were just dropping, drop right off. And so, as a business owner, I just kind of was like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm an introvert and I tend to go inward and what's wrong with me? But really, I think homeschoolers, perhaps in relation to my products, wanted their funds to go to Christmas presents. So, but yeah, business has been slow for me for whatever reason, but mainly it's my marketing. I have gone through so many marketing trainings that I can't even shake a stick at all of them. It's been an unbelievable journey. And I want to be careful of my words because I am a strong believer of the law of attraction. And what we speak and what we feel, we end up attracting to ourselves. I've seen it over and over, even before I knew about law of attraction. But in the last I don't know, since I stopped working for other people and have had to rely on my own entrepreneurial skills, this is where I have become hugely challenged. And I've read that it can take 10 years for a business to finally be really successful. And I'm in year number 5 of Nature Glow's e-science. You can check that out. I'll be sure to put a link down below. So now what I'm doing is I'm making room in the pan for the rest of the pizza to continue cooking. This pizza is not as done as I would like it to be, but it looks, I think it'll do though. But I'm going to turn off the heat and put the lid on. Put this, let's see, put this wonderful mixture off with the lid. So I just turned the heat off to prevent burning. I don't want my pizza burning. Yum. So I just completed my personal retreat with Mindvalley, with Duality, with Jeffrey Allen. Excellent, excellent course. I highly recommend it. He's an energy healer. He's world renowned now, and he has hundreds of thousands of students in his online courses. But throughout our lives, through trauma and beliefs, limiting beliefs, we end up blocking, humans end up blocking their energy. The chakras can get blocked energetically. And I know that's what's been happening to me. And I've said, wow, I've got these energetic blocks in my life around money and career. Like, what's going on? So I went in last week. I did the 7 days of just listening to the course, going through all the meditations. I must have went through, 30 different meditations. Yeah, it was really intensive. And I moved a lot of energy. I could feel, like, I could just feel myself spiritually feeling cleaner and cleaner. But it's not enough to just go through a course and expect to master that. So even though it was intensive, and I'm so glad I did it, do I see any outward changes? Yes. I mean, my life is definitely moving in a forward direction. I'm not sitting in the middle of the desert, which is actually where I prefer to be. I don't prefer to be in the middle of the city. But I'm here because I'm looking for a temporary job. I just signed up with a temp agency. So a lot has happened since we talked the last time. So I'm just knocking on a lot of doors. I feel like I'm going all over the place, though. I have to be careful of that. Because, like, I'm almost in, like, this panic mode. Like, my online business is not bringing in enough money to support me right now. So I got to go out and waitress. I got to try to start another online business. And I'm just like, whoa. So every morning I make sure to meditate because it's literally my lifeline right now. It's like, it's not going to really do me any good to be just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to, do all these different things to bring in the money. So what's happened is, credit card bills, they never stop coming. And my credit card debt is from marketing training for my online business. That's what all the debt's from, literally. With one personal loan from doing breath work in a town near Asheville that for some reason has slipped my mind. So I'm not going to give up on my online business, but I have to set it aside and work on it on the side while I try to find a job in town. That's the latest. I don't want to give up van life. But I need to take action and do something. So yeah, we'll see what the universe opens up, what God does, source energy, whatever you call God. I call God source, spirit. I learned also in Jeffrey Allen's course, Duality, about our spirit guides. And I know in other religions, they call them angels, but they are guides. We all have guides. So I got in touch with my guides and I started communicating with them and asking them for their help. Of course, I ask for God's help. Yeah, man, I am just all over it. Perhaps too much. Like, and that's where I can get in my own way. Where, that saying about how we get into our own way. Like, if I'm like trying to push too hard for things to open up, like, I do my part. I fill out the applications. I make phone calls. I fill out applications online. I'm using, what's it called? Indeed. There's a platform called Indeed where you can look for remote online jobs, which is really my first preference. I want to work online, and God knows I have tried and tried and tried to make a living working online. Like, it's my heart's desire. And yes, I have succeeded working online over the last, well, technically, 8 years. I won't count the year and a half that I was on the East Coast working at the Arthur Morgan School. And I also took a break. I totally skidded out with my business. I was just like so broken down and just so discouraged. So I took a break, which was probably really awesome. And then after my time at Arthur Morgan ended, it just didn't work out. We weren't a right fit for each other, and that's totally fine, Then I jumped right into breath work, and that was pretty powerful. That was an amazing experience. I moved a lot of energy blocks, dealt with a lot of childhood trauma, moved out of the victim mentality, which I think is probably one of the things that has held me back. Yeah, it just seems like the human state, we all seem to have one major struggle or weakness. Mine happens to be at this current time, money and career, I guess, can kind of go together. Relationships are challenging, especially romantic for me. Health, bam, my health is amazing. Like, I report now. I guess it's going to be tested now that I'm in town and around more people. This is so good. Daiya has some really amazing pizzas. So I'm going to cut it up here so that I can easily eat it while I'm talking. It's so good with the sausage. I want to share this with my friend. the pineapple when I make our fruit soup for COVID. So I'm going to use it as preventive for me and a cure, a healing aid for my friend to overcome COVID. You know what? He actually hasn't been tested. We're just assuming that he has COVID. He has all the symptoms. So he finds out Tuesday if he has it for sure. So my retreat really helped move energy in my life. So I am en route. I think all of us are en route until the day that we leave these bodies. As Maya Angelou once said, I think that's one of Maya Angelou's sayings is I'm en route. We're always growing. We're always changing. We're always, on this path of overcoming struggle. Everyone's struggles is unique to them. And everyone's victories are unique to them as well. So I would say that the courses definitely have helped me. Hi, Marcy. I'm doing a YouTube. I don't think he can hear me. Bear with me. Marcy, I'm doing a YouTube live. Can I be with you soon? I'm doing a YouTube live. I'll be with you soon. No problem. All right. He's a really great friend. I met him. Well, now you know his name. I met him at a laundromat back in 2017 in town. And we just hit it off. And he took me out for pizza. And we're just really good friends. It's not a romantic. Yeah, we're just really good friends. It's great to have guy friends that don't expect anything from you. And I never felt that from Marcy, where he expected more from me. Hi, Marcy, if you're watching this later on. Yeah, it's just awesome to have great friends. I'm really not sure how the future is going to go. Do any of us really? I just know that I'm open for either part-time or full-time employment because I've determined that I'm going to dig myself out of debt as quickly as I possibly can. Credit card debt, personal loan debt. Hey, if you have had big debt in your life, share in the comments. So I'm like, dare I even say how much debt I'm in? It's under 50 grand, I'll tell you that much. It's still a lot. And all of it was to get marketing training. I dropped credit cards on 2 high-ticket marketing trainings. I vowed that I'm not doing that again unless I have the money to pay them completely. I don't want to put myself in this position again. But let me tell you, those high-ticket marketers, they know how to sell people. Case in point. I've also looked into getting funding. I feel like I'm trying to do so many things at once that I'm not doing any one thing well. like I'm still trying to, right now my top priority is looking for a job. I've even been looking into transcription work online. But even that takes training. It's not a one answer, one and done, and I get to start work tomorrow. No, I got to go through hours of practice to become a transcriptionist. And if you don't know what a transcriptionist is, you listen to audio and you type what you're hearing, and you're expected to get the grammar, perfect. And I could totally do that job because I sit behind my computer for 8-10 hours a day anyway. I sit back against these cushions. I could totally totally be a transcriptionist. Yeah. So I started courses, free courses. I found some free courses online to help me become a transcriptionist. And if I could get that gig going, that would be awesome, because you can sometimes make up to $5,000 per month, which is music to my ears, but that's probably like 8-10 hours of work a day, which I do anyway. Why not? And then just have my online teaching business and running this YouTube channel and running the Nature Glows eScience YouTube channel will, have to kind of take a back seat. I still want to do regular videos on here as often as I possibly can. I want to continue vlogging, sharing my journey with you all so that you see how my life unfolds. And, now I consider myself an energy worker and healer. I'm really into natural healing through herbs and overcoming COVID. I'm really curious to hear from Marcy. I haven't talked to him since I gave him my super fruit soup yesterday. I'm eager to find out how he's feeling today to see if my soup helped him. Yes. I'm very excited to see how life will unfold. Also, right now is the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. If I had the gas money, I would be down there. I really miss the nomadic community. But I feel it's wise of me to just stay in this area, hunker down, get a job or get this transcription job off the ground. I've been watching YouTube videos about how to make money online. Check out this guy on YouTube called John Ryan. I think he might be from the Middle East, but he is hilarious. So he did this video about how to use other people's TikTok videos. And you might want to look into this to see if this is kosher. I can't find anything wrong with it as long as you give the person credit. And then a link to their TikTok channel. But people, evidently you're allowed to, and correct me if I'm wrong, do your own research, but you can download people's videos and like show them on YouTube. And then this guy, John Ryan, shows how to like create t-shirts on this platform called Redbubble. And you can use like free clip art if you're not a designer. So I started to do one. I started to build a shop. So I might, if I decide to move forward with it, which I think I am, I'll put links in future video descriptions or in this one since I'm mentioning it. But it's all about funny cats. So I'm finding like free clip art around the internet and vintage photos of funny cats. And I'm going to open a t-shirt store on Redbubble, including like mugs and stickers. And they do all of the printing of the designs. I just have to come up with find the designs. I also like to design myself. Like I do digital art with my iPad. I started doing it a few years ago and I absolutely love it. Like I as a child, I used to do art more. But then when I hit adulthood, I was hyper focused on teaching so much that I didn't really hone my art skills until like in my latter adult years. But I like to do abstract art. And over the Christmas vacation, I created like this little line of abstract Christmas trees. So I will be sure to put a link down in the description. I have an art shop on Fine Art America where you can also get designs on mugs. You can get my designs on mugs and t-shirts. But now I have this other line of products, which is going to have its own website. And there's this free website called Shift for Shop that I'm going to open. And then I'm also going to sell these cat t-shirts on Redbubble, cat stickers, cat mugs, funny, with a focus on funny cats. And then using YouTube to drive traffic to the store. But yeah, I definitely have an entrepreneur's heart. Yes, that's a roll of toilet paper. I love it. I love creating. And yeah, I've experienced a lot of stall outs. That's my word, stall out. I'm not going to use the F word. and I don't mean the bad word. So, you know, yeah, I've experienced a lot of stall outs with the online business world. But the key is to never give up. And even if that means me having a side job or a full-time job while I, pay off debt, get out of debt, and then save money. So I have, a chunk to live on, a chunk to take care of the evergreen queen, my camper van, and, aimfully live full-time, continue to live full-time on the road out of the van here in the beloved Eastern Sierra. So I will continue to update you on how things go. Go ahead and check out the next video that pops up here. And if you like what you're seeing and hearing, please go ahead and hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons. Tell others about this channel. We all can support each other. I'm sure that other people will get a kick out of seeing Gloria and Nature Glow in her overstuffed van. I remind myself of my relatives who were hoarders, except I'm not a hoarder. It's just I don't have very good organization skills, to be honest. I mean, I have these drawers, but this I don't know what to do with this. Like I have some boxes and like stuff in the bucket, and anyway, it is what it is, and love me or click away if it bothers you too much. Yeah, I really appreciate my viewers. Toss down a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and stay tuned. Ding the little bell and you'll be notified the next time I go live or push out another video. I actually have a backlog of tons more videos that I have excitedly recorded for you that I will aimfully get that done. But in the midst of looking for work, my production levels have gone down a bit for getting videos up. So I want to change that, of course, get settled with a paying job very soon, or make money from my new cat t-shirt business like right away. Usually takes months or weeks. Hey, if I could run Facebook ads, I probably could get immediate business. But the thing with Facebook is you never know when they're going to shut your ads down, and they shut my ads down last January. I lost all faith because they didn't tell me why they shut my ads down. So I don't trust them to put in all the work of setting up ads. And well, now I don't have the funds, the resources to pay for the ads. So, I mean, I suppose I could put in like $5 to see what would happen, but that is an art and a science in of itself. And I'm kind of out of tune with setting up Facebook ads at the moment. So anyway, I will figure it out and I will move forward as we all must. And see you in the next video.